Chicago Bears go after veteran Joey Bosa, and would that make sense for the Chicago Bears? We'll talk about that, plus the Bears' top 30 visits, and what it tells us about their draft plan so far. What? What it tells us about our draft plan so far. We'll talk about it all and more right after this. What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host there, Haize. We're joined by C-Dub, Bobby. We got everybody in the building today. This is why I stopped using Restream. This motherfucker is fucking up, on at least on my side. This is why I'm done with Restream. This is why I switched over to OBS. Fuck this motherfucking platform. But nonetheless, we in this bitch. Fellas, we got a lot of shit to talk about. It's been a pretty straightforward free agency. It's been very quiet. The Bears did their first week of free agency, and other than that, it's been like little signings. Probably the Jack Sanborn one was probably the biggest signing that we've had since week one of free agency. Has been very calm. You know what? Matter of fact, we're gonna turn it over to C-Dub for a second. How do you feel to have your son back in the building, C-Dub?
You see the smile on my face? This is organic right here. This is not some made up forced smile. My son has come back to the place that birthed him in the NFL because this is where he belongs. I told you he got the last name of lineage with the Chicago Bears with Urlacher and Buckets and Sanborn. Let's get it cracking. It's meant to be, bro. Watch my boy get out there in training camp and show what he made of. Just watch. Just watch him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that he's back too. But with that said, Joey Bosa, these rumors have recently popped over the last couple of days that the Bears could or should take an interest. It's come from Sports Illustrated that they wouldn't be surprised if the Chicago Bears take a look at Joey Bosa. Now, the question that there's a lot of questions around Joey Bosa. Reportedly, it's only going to take a 1-year deal to get him. He doesn't want to stay in Buffalo, even so much so that reportedly they've put out some fillers to basically tell Buffalo to not franchise tag him. How do you guys feel about potentially adding Joey Bosa to this team? This is a guy that last couple of years, 5 sacks each of the last 2 years. But we've seen he's had 12 sack, 11 sack seasons, a little bit far removed from that. But how do you guys feel about adding potentially Joey Bosa to this team?
I got a mixed thought about this, about trying to acquire Joey Bosa. One, because of the injury concerns that you spoke about. And the second is because of the financial reason for the Chicago Bears. They currently are only working with $6.5 million in the cap space. Bosa played last year on a $12.6 million deal with the Buffalo Bills, a 1-year deal, where he had 24 quarterback pressure, 16 quarterback hits, 9 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, and 5 forced fumbles. Now, you could say that maybe the money doesn't match the impact or what he put out on the football field, but that is what he's paid. I don't know if he'll take a significant downtick in pay to come play for the Bears. If Bosa would come to the Chicago Bears, he would be ranked I say the fourth best sack getter on the Chicago Bears, because if you just average Austin Booker, give him another 7 games. He only played 10 games. I'm just gonna give him about 7.5, 8 sacks. My man Joey Bosa only had he only had 5 sacks last season, even though he had other things that could impact the game as well. You know what? He had some great years. He was a Pro Bowler. He was the 2016 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. I could see why the Bears would want to add more decent pass rushers to that defensive line. If you look at the last 2 Super Bowl champions, they didn't have a superstar per se, because I wouldn't exactly say Joey Bosa is a superstar right now. The last 2 Super Bowl champions had just a great depth on a defensive line that can send waves and waves to get at the quarterback. But if the price is too high, And if you're still worried about the injury concern with Joey Bosa, I would stray off and just go in the draft to get a young guy for me.
All right, Bobby.
For me, it's gonna be a, a hard no, simply to Joey Bosa, simply because number one, the injury history, and then we talking about the production last year for the Buffalo Bills. Played 64% of the defensive snaps, did miss 2 games, and ultimately played in 15 games. But I just don't think that right now it makes sense for the Chicago Bears, at least from my standpoint, simply because you just signed a bunch of depth pieces on this defensive line and defensive tackles and Lynch, and then you picked up Katavius Street. I think that right now the Bears should be just focusing on the draft. I think you need to bring in some young blood that can come up in here and develop with the guys, and hopefully one of those guys can, rise up within the ranks of the defensive line and the pass rushers. Me personally, I'll be passing on Joey Bosa. Not to say that he can't come in and do something, but it's just not good enough. And I just don't want to, because I feel like we kind of filled some spots already to kind of hinder young rookies to come in here. So I'd rather leave the spots that's left or the limited space on the defensive line to some guys to come in here. Maybe you're looking at Zion Young. Maybe if Keldrick Falk falls in the draft, maybe they look at him or something like that. But I think those are some of the pieces that you should be bringing in, some young guys that can come in and hopefully develop at a level or a faster pace. To say like Austin Booker or something. So I'll pass on Joey Bosa if I'm the Chicago Bears.
The only way I would be interested in bringing in Joey Bosa is that if they feel like Booker is really ready for a star leap, and they're just not going to draft the edge. And then they want to bring in a veteran who they kind of know the floor of. Because Joey Bosa has a floor of bringing in 5 sacks the last couple of years. I wouldn't be mad at that. But to me, and there's no knock on Booker, but Booker's still good, and I do think he's gonna wow some people this year. But I still would rather draft another edge, because you may have to trade Montez Sweat next year. Like, Montez could be in the DJ Moore spot next year if you get the right edge in here. There's a potential of it, because Darnell Wright's extension is not going to be cheap. Caleb Williams' extension is not going to be cheap. While the Bears are shaped up to have $50 million in cap space right now, that can get eat up very quickly when you talk about signing a tackle and a damn quarterback to extension. So because of that, you may I think you have to start getting ready and prepared for that. And I think that's what Ryan Poles has already set up. I think his comments on why the Bears didn't make a big splash on the defensive line all follow that up. Like, they're looking at replenishing this defensive line with cost-controlled, really good rookies. And when you look at it, you can get starting caliber edges in round 2 in this draft. So I just don't understand the point of Bosa right now. I understand the rumors. They're going to pop up. We're in a heavy rumor season right now. The Bears need defensive line help. Joey Bosa is a veteran defensive lineman, but I think Poles has already shown his hand. There's somebody in this draft that Poles is pretty goddamn sure he can get, that he feels comfortable with that guy coming in here, or multiple guys coming here, whether it's a tackle and an edge coming in here and adding some complexity that this defensive line is missing. So I don't think the edge is a veteran edge is right now on the table for the Chicago Bears, really. And even if it was, like you said, like Bosa as a floor is still really solid. Like, if you depending on the money you're giving him, but even then, it's like there are better veterans you could have gone after if that was the move that you were going to go after. And I think Ryan Poles has already shown that that's not the case. That's not what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and I want to ask you guys a question. Which one concerns you the most, or which one is a more barrier to the Chicago Bears, even if they wanted to acquiring Joey Bosa? Is it the inconsistent performance over the last 4 or 5 years, or it could be just the money thing, which I think is the biggest problem. Like, we don't have the money. How much of a pay cut do you think this guy would take?
Well, I mean, his performance and the injuries, he ain't getting paid much more than I would think, about 8 to 10 million, and that still may even be a lot for him. You think, Bobby?
I think that when you talk about it, it's more so the age thing, the injury history, and just the production. You know what I'm saying? 5.5 sacks is not nothing to sneeze at, but it ain't nothing to throw your pom-poms in the air for either. So it's just like, man, like I said, I'd rather have young guys come in here, because right now it seems as Bears are switching focus on development And I'm more so in line with that because it appears that you have the quarterback for the future. And the way that you are going to be in contention for anything is if you can continuously have a cycle of drafting and developing and then holding on to certain pieces here and there, because we know once the quarterback get paid that second contract, it's going to be really, really tough to keep a lot of people. So there's going to have to continuously be ways that you bring in guys so that you can develop within the system. I rather focus on bringing in players that we could develop on cheap contracts to say they last for 2-3 years, and then you keep the cycle just coming on, because I want sustained success. I don't just want 1 year of last year and then we fall off the map. I want hey, this channel, these people, they deserve 5, 6, 7 years of success.
Also, I want to ask, I would like to know the confidence they got in Austin Booker, because I think he's the domino that falls and everything falls after that. Do you think he can come into next season and get you double-digit sacks? Do you think he can come in and be that Robin or Batman to Montez Sweat next year? How confident are you guys in Austin Booker next year?
I mean, I go back and forth on that, because what he looked in the preseason last year was so good. Like, coming out of preseason last year, you couldn't tell me that he wasn't ready to make a leap. Then, of course, the injury happened. And then, you always give credit, like, it takes time people to ramp back up after injury. Like, I think there's a lot of reason to believe that Austin Booker is going to make a serious leap this year. But I will say this, I don't, because of the place that this team is in and the fact that I want this team to take a step forward, I don't want them to just bet on that either. I think of it either way, you can't be like, if you draft another edge, if Austin Booker ends up developing and you get another edge that's a starting caliber edge, good, you set up for the future then. Like, you got to balance it out between then Montez Sweat and Austin Booker, and that's fine to have. I'm fine operating from a place of abundance of talent. So I think right now, and that's why I don't think edge is going in the first round. I think safety is going in the first round, but I do think we're going to get an edge in the second round, and that's the route that I think is the best suited for this team right now.
I agree 100% with you on that, Haize, because I'd rather have a good problem of saying, damn, how do we get such and such on the field, whoever that is, than to not have those other guys in the conversation. I think that is very, very important. And you can't just bank on Austin Booker taking that leap. Just like you said, I think that's a very valid point. You just can't bank on that. You continuously have to take your chances and really live by best player available. If the best player available when your slot comes up is a pass rusher, you have to strongly consider taking that said player, whoever that is. You have to, especially with some of the flaws that we've seen this past season, with the lack of a pass rush, with Dennis Allen trying to generate a pass rush, with blitzes from corners, linebackers, and nobody still getting home. That's an issue that you can't go into next season not addressing. You can't do it.
The Bears finished 22nd in sacks last season. And if they want to
22nd, didn't we finish dead? I thought we finished 30th. You sure we finished
22nd as a stat?
You might be right.
We got 20 with 35 sacks. 22nd in the league. And if they want to take that step up, like Drip and nephew are talking about, I think that's the number one thing that we gotta attack. I understand what Drip's saying, but in the first round, you gotta get the best pass rusher available, bro. To me, because bro, we can't be 22nd. Look at the guys. Look at Philadelphia and look at the Seahawks. They got
you don't make it into a championship round, whether the NFC champion, or the conference championship or Super Bowl, with the pass rush that the Bears had. You just don't do it.
You don't do it, bro. If we want to take that next step, we have to fix this problem, bro. We have to. And I feel like we've been putting it off for like 5-6 years. I feel like we
did get Montez. We did draft Booker, right? Like, those are guys that they did think were gonna be a big part of it. And I do think that Dennis Allen, and this is why, I trust Dennis Allen, but this is why nobody bats 1,000. Dennis Allen was glowing about Dio Dingbo.
He was,
failed, bro.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And I don't want listen. I get it. The motivated Dio is like a meme thing now, whatever. If that nigga ain't motivated to get in the fucking gym and lose someone, there's no reason why me and Dio Yingbo should have the same body style, bro. That should be happening. Now you get paid $20 million, bro. We should not have the same physical makeup, bro. They don't make any sense, man.
Oh, the real. What?
So
Stop playing with us.
shout out to Booker who just blessed us with a super chat. We appreciate you, Brody.
Appreciate
But,
you.
over under 10 games Dio play next year.
He'll probably play over 10, but how many games is he
over
good in? That's the question we need to ask ourselves.
Right.
How many
Right.
games is he good in? Because you can get
Right.
into some games, right?
Shit.
Like, with that said, man, let's move into the next topic. I want to talk about these top 30 visits and what they're telling us about the Bears. Because while I had thought, and I think many Bears fans are looking at the running back room as being solid, we had one of the best rushing attacks in football last year. The Bears have a top 30 visit scheduled with Kentucky running back Seth McGowan. They also have shown already interest in Noah Whittington as well, another running back in this draft. Both guys who could be starting caliber running backs in this draft. There are other players we need to talk about that make more sense for the Bears. But what do you guys think about the Bears already kind of signaling that running back may be one of the positions they target in this draft?
It's hard to imagine the Bears looking actually targeting running backs in this draft and how terrific they was, especially in the latter part of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But you can always go to the money when you have these questions like this. You can always go to the money, and I'm looking directly at DeAndre Swift. Listen, I love DeAndre Swift. I love him. I think Eric Bieniemy turned him into a complete back last year. He was running in between the tackles. He was catching balls, breaking tackles, balls, and getting
catching
touchdowns.
Balls is wild.
Yeah, I have to put that in there. But the writing is on the door, man. Look, I mean, you can look at DJ Moore, maybe Montez Sweat. You can look at Cole Kmet. These guys are up, dude, and we got younger guys coming up. And Monanga's gonna take the reins as the number one. Maybe you need a younger guy to back Monanga up in the future. It's just Ryan Poles crossing the I's and is that right? Dotting the I's and crossing the T's.
I knew you was gonna get it. I was just like, wait a second. He gonna catch it. He gonna catch it.
But yeah, it's kind of strange because you think that we straight in a running back room. But Ryan Post just doing this due diligence for the future. That's it. That's all I look at it.
Yeah, that's how I look at it too. And looking at a guy like Seth out of Kentucky, right? Yeah, Kentucky. When I watched him, he got some game, man. I ain't mad at it. A lot of draft people are kind of down on him because he's 25 years old, so a little older than a lot of people coming out of the college football. But at the same time, I agree with C-Dub. I think that is one of those things to where Ryan Poles and these guys have to do their due diligence, because if you do want to bring DeAndre Swift back, do you want to go out there and allocate more than what you're giving him now, which is at like 9 million, I believe? Do you want to go up to a Kenneth Walker and all that to where it's like 13, 15 million? Probably not. There's not one of those things to where you want to see in team construction. So yeah, I think that they just doing their due diligence to make sure that they handle this position well. And I wouldn't be surprised, because Rojo, man, we had high hopes, but at the
that's
end of the
C-Dub's
day,
other son.
It hurt me so bad, bro.
It's over with. So you gotta continue to spin the wheel, man, and bring in guys that with some talent that you can develop.
Yeah, so Seth McGowan and Noah Whittington, looking at both these guys, Seth McGowan's probably going to be a guy that's probably available rounds 4 or 5. If you can find him there, I'm not mad at that. Yeah. Like, even though it's not a need right now, but like you want to have, like we saw, there was games where we had to go on just Kyle Monanga, right? Because everybody else was injured. Travis Homer couldn't stay healthy. We know Rojo can't stay healthy. So I wouldn't be completely caught off guard if they do find a running back somewhere in this draft. But don't forget, we still got Deion Hankins that's in the building as well, who looked pretty good at times for us last year. So we'll see. I just think this is Ryan Poles, like you said, doing his due diligence. I don't think anything's going to happen to DeAndre Swift before the start of the season. If it was already going to happen. They're going to bring back that rushing attack. They've already made enough changes in the wide receiver room with DJ Moore being gone. I think they're going to keep everything else intact. But let's look at some of the other guys they're bringing in. De'Zhaun Stribling, the wide receiver out of Ole Miss, who's having a top 30 visit with the Chicago Bears. You look at the size, you look at his ability to go inside and out. Fellas, I don't know about y'all. I try not to get too hyped up on top 30 visits, But this is a guy that I can see fitting in with Romo Dunze, with Luther Burton, and I still count Colston Loveland as part of the receiving core because he lines up as a slot too. De'Zhaun Stribling is a guy that I see fitting right into our system, right into how the flexibility we like to be able to move anybody in the slot. I think that would make a lot of sense for the Chicago Bears.
I like this kid. I like De'Zhaun Stribling. He got good hands. He got nice speed. He don't have blazing speed, but he got nice speed, good size, good strength. Young player that you're gonna have to develop. He's not the cream of the crop. You know, we got a lot of great receivers coming out in this draft. In the later rounds, it wouldn't hurt to get this guy coming up and hope he can develop. I got a lot of hope in Jade Walker with extra minutes and extra possessions and extra snaps. This upcoming
but Jade Walker dating a white woman now. You know that usually is the beginning of the downfall. That's usually begins the downfall of an up-and-coming black man. But keep going.
Somebody called out the Umar.
Hey,
I beg your pardon.
But yeah, I think it's I'm willing to give it a try if the Bears are willing to pull the trigger on this guy in the later rounds. It wouldn't hurt to have this guy developing in the background while we got some really talented guys at the top level on the Chicago Bears. I mean, really talented. So it'll be hard to get into that group. But I'm willing to see if he can make it, if he's good enough.
Agreed. I think that you absolutely have to look at some wide receivers in this draft in the later rounds. Not early, me per se, but it's a guy out of North Dakota State, Bryce Lance. I think he got skills, and they got him projected going in between 3rd and 5th round. And I think he got game. That's one of the guys. They got a wide receiver. Damn, I keep hitting the mic. They got a wide receiver out of Georgia that's more like a gadget guy. You think of a guy like Turbo or who we had over here, or you think like a Tariq Cohen, maybe just a bigger guy than that. That you can utilize, that it can bring some juice and some speed to the team. But I absolutely think that whoever it is, man, you got to go out there and try to find you another wide receiver just so you can develop and you can see if they can take a step forward. Jahade Walker, man, with opportunities, I'm hope he able to go out there and grab the bull by the horns and really thrive. He made a clutch touchdown catch at the end of the season last year, and that was big for him. And that speaks to the development. It's the whole episode for me is all about development. So if it's gonna help the team, help us continue this cycle of developing and bringing guys in to fill in, hey, we got to figure it out. And to be honest, last point, Roma Dunze, catch the ball, bro. I'm just saying, catch the ball because that can be problematic moving forward. You have to catch the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that Ben Johnson said we will address these drops. So I can't like that first mini camp, training camp, whatever it is. Oh, best believe you already know how Ben Johnson is when he zeroes in on some fuck ups. So some people they finna be throwing a bunch of shit at them. And then so other top 30 visits that we have that we know that are scheduled so far for the Chicago Bears. Center Jager Burton out of Kentucky is another guy to join the running back there out of Kentucky as well. We know center is a position the Bears are going to want to draft. They're going to look at everything, but it's starting to feel like Sam Hecht is going to be the guy that's, if he's there for the Bears take him. He seems like he wants to be here, and it seems like the Bears are very well targeted him also.
But it's also good to gather up some security just in case. It might not work out. He might not be good enough. It might not fit in with the team or the rest of the guys on the offensive line. So it'll be good to look at a guy like Jager Burton. We'll see. Let's just get a guy that's going to be a stalwart for the next 10 years with Caleb Williams. If we got to make sure Caleb Williams is comfortable and protected. That's all I'm worried about. I don't care who it is. I don't care if his name is Jager, Peter, Scott, or Deontay. Make sure he can protect Caleb Williams.
Listen, first of all, trusting a nigga named DeAndre to protect anything, I don't know, bro. That seemed like a scammer right there, bro. I don't know if I trust that one. I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
And you know his nickname Tay.
You know it's Tay.
Tay, you gotta watch Tay. But I'm with y'all, man. I think that center spot. I anticipate the Chicago Bears going to get somebody, whether that's Sam out of Kansas State or whether that's Jake Slaughter out of Florida. So they're gonna go get somebody, and I think that's good for the sake of once again being very cliche here, player development. I think it's important for the direction we're heading with Caleb Williams and his contract coming up. Yes, the Bears will still be able to utilize the 5th-year option, but after that, that's when the real money kicks in. So, because I anticipate them getting that deal out the way because the anticipation of the salary cap continuously rising.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They add in all these international games and stuff like that. So the revenue is going to continuously come in. So I'm with both of you guys. We got to continue to add some of these younger guys, cheaper contracts and whatnot. So, hey, whatever it takes, man.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, Poles and Darren Richard get together and target, like you said, Slaughter, Hecht, whoever it ends up being. Like, I feel we're going to get our center of the future. We got Garrett Bradbury to come in. He's going to be a perfectly fine center for us now. But I think this is the opportunity for the Bears to lock in the center of the future. And then you have your 2 tackles and your center of the future. Like, you got Ozzy, you have Darnell, you have your center if you get hit it right on that one. And yeah, now you start developing other positions and stuff like that. Like Bobby said it earlier, like we're approaching. I won't say we're here yet, but we're approaching the place where you want to be, where it's going to be every 2 to 3 years, you're going to be replacing or extending some guys. But a lot of times guys are going to have to get extended because of so much talent you have on your team. And that's where you want to be in as a team. And you have to trust your draft at that point, trust what your scouts. And the Bears did an amazing job last year. This is probably the best Bears draft class in the last decade. You talk about the draft class in 2025. Now let's see what you can do in 2026, because we still need, by my count, at least 2 or 3 starters to come out of this draft.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
I said that a couple of weeks ago. We probably need about 3 impactful draftees from this draft. Is it 2? You count 2 from a defense and 1 from the offense, Drip?
Yeah, 1 in the offense. Well, yeah, we need a safety and an edge on the defense for sure. And then, yeah, we need some more depth as far as the center of the future. They're not going to probably start day 1, but center of the future as well in this draft.
We right on, Paul. I agree 100%. I thought we needed a safety, an edge, and center for the future. I really don't like the Band-Aid. It's nothing I can do to stop it in Bradbury. So he's going to probably.
He doesn't allow sacks though, Dub, and he doesn't have penalties for real. Like those are the 2 things you want as a center, right?
It is, but it's a reason that he's ranked at the bottom.
This is true as well.
It's a reason. I'm not even a stat guy. But why?
So do you think that there's a chance that Bradbury doesn't start, even though they traded for him? Do you think if they get Hecht, they get slaughtered, do you think there's a chance that Bradbury ends up coming off the bench, being a depth piece?
Absolutely. I absolutely think it's a chance that if somebody's better, one of those young guys is better and impresses the coaches better in training camp. Absolutely. I am not set on Bradbury. I don't think anybody should be set on Bradbury for this year or any time in the future because it's too many red flags. I call him Mr. Red Flag. He's ranked at the bottom of the league in PFF ranking for the center position for the last 5 years for a reason. Even though he don't give up a lot of sacks, though.
It's his run grade that brings him down. His pass grade is pretty decent. It's that run grade, though, especially and I get what you're saying, especially if you want somebody who's going to run between the tackles a little bit more. It's like, all right, is he going to be able to hold up enough? Which is a fair question.
It is a fair question. Not just like me, I don't need him to start the whole year. If you go out there and draft your center of the future, you can bring him along just how you brought Ozzy Trapillo on. Allow the veterans to start and, you know what I'm saying, hold it up a little bit. And once that young fella is ready to go, he's able to utilize his talents, utilize his skill. That's when you can go out there and insert him. But I'm not mad if they don't sign a start Bradbury early on. May the best guy win. That's how I'm with. It ain't about feelings of who I like. I want to win, bro.
Hey, whoever brings you the best in training camp, they get the raw. And that's pretty much what we've had here. The Ryan Poles' whole tenure. It was that way under Eberflus. It's been that way under Ben Johnson. A little bit more structured, I think. Like last year, I think the rookies was probably ready a little bit earlier, but Ben Johnson just wanted to make sure, especially with those guys missing some times in preseason with injury, that he wanted to bring those guys along a little bit slowly. But we'll see what happens, man.
Agreed.
So it's going to be an interesting preseason. Preseason is going to be outstanding. to watch these guys compete.
It's gonna be fun, man.
I don't know, bro, because now after last year, I just worry that we ain't gonna see really none of these niggas in preseason.
Probably not.
But hey, y'all got 5 plays. You better make the most of it.
I got 1 series. That's it. Make it count.
So, because now we've shown it. Now we've been almost to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
So like now this is when you start seeing a little bit more protection. It's not like we're changing, especially in the offense. We're not changing enough on offense to where I think you're going to need to see a lot of these guys in preseason. But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, and Joe Thuney is friends with Bradbury, so I'm pretty sure they already locked in on the playbook. Things like that. Caleb Williams has been active with reaching out to his teammates who joined the team, which is a good sign of leadership from him. He reached out to Kobe Bryant and all those other guys, and I'm pretty sure he locked in with the center that's going to be coming over here and potentially blocking for him. So, hey, he got an early start. He should be good to go and ready to go.
Shout out to my man Joe Thuney because he's really that good. But is he good enough to block his man and Bradbury's man on a run play?
He was good enough to block his man and Braxton Jones, man. He good.
hey, we already see who C-Dub's target is going into the season. Because this man, everything Bradbury does, C-Dub gonna be there like, hey man, see this what the fuck I'm talking about.
I fucking told you. I project too easily.
Because y'all know how C-Dub is when he get a target. That nigga do not let people breathe at all, bro. Like none.
If he real high, he high on the guy. If the motherfucker low is low. Nephew, red flag, Mr. Red Flag.
Oh man, that is hilarious. Anything left, fellas, before we get the hell up out of here, man?
Oh yeah. It seems that with all the rumors, I don't know if it's true. Like it seems like the Bears are trying to like trade away Tyson Bagent. Now I don't know if it's true. As they should, probably. But let me ask you a question, Drip, since you said, do you think he has more value as our backup quarterback or getting traded away for a fourth?
So okay, fourth, it's marginal. When I read that some teams would be maybe willing to give up a third, depending on what happens in the draft, if somebody's offering you a third for Tyson Bagent, I will gladly bubble wrap his ass and I'll drive him to his chosen destination, wherever he needs to go. If somebody's giving you a third for Tyson Bagent, a fourth, man, that because the fourth can still help. I'll say this: it depends on who's on the board. The fourth, because I think at this point now, if we trade Tyson, it may not be until during the draft, or maybe like the day before the draft. So I think the Bears are going to really kind of do all their due diligence on who and where players are before they make that move.
Yeah, my thought process was maybe my thought process. I said it yesterday when we did our mailbag is that I don't think he's going nowhere now. But that's not saying it can't happen, because if somebody just pony up and say here's a third, shit, you strongly consider that. And the Bears did bring in a quarterback for their top 30 visit too. And he had 4 years as a starter, and you've seen continual growth throughout his collegiate career. So that's good for him. We'll see.
That was the one out of North Dakota, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I forgot his name.
From
but Rutgers. It was I think he was
from Rutgers.
Yeah,
Rutgers. Okay.
Yeah, him. So out of Rutgers. So I think
you know what? Why don't we bring back my Jipper guy from the Jipper quarterback that was on the practice squad? I forgot his name.
The Jipper guy.
He's so Jipper, bro. He's so happy.
I know who you're talking. What was it? Mark Jipper or something like that?
16, the number 16.
Damn, what's buddy name? The blondie.
Yeah, he little blondie, always happy.
I forgot his name.
Here's the thing, and I hesitate to say this because I don't really want no bad luck, but Caleb has been so healthy that to me, I'm willing to kind of fluctuate more with the backup quarterback. But now that I said that,
I'm knocking on wood. Don't worry about it. I got
you. So I get you though.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, and I mean, while Tyson, the Bagent baddies be having shit fucked up, Tyson has shown himself to be able to be a game manager. So
yeah, that's good. That's good for a guy like Tyson Bagent baddies. That's success.
They're gonna be in Arizona.
Everybody can't be Caleb. Everybody can't be Caleb. Tyson Bagent baddies. They can't be.
By the way, I'm just gonna say this as a little Petty Roosevelt may have recorded an episode on Bull Central that's going to release today in a full shiesty. So there it goes.
What?
Look out for that one.
What?
Look out
for that one now. What's in the air? It's 80
Trill,
degrees
what you
in
on?
certain places in the Midwest. Everybody losing their
Trill.
mind.
Trill, why you got a shiesty on in the
I don't have
episode?
anything. Petty Roosevelt has a shiesty on.
What the
I
hell
don't
is
have
Petty
anything
Nah, bro,
Roosevelt
on.
talking in
We are
third
two
person.
very different people. We are two very different people.
Nah, bro, talking in third person.
Oh, must see.
It's
must
nice
see.
outside, man. Enjoy y'all day. We got shiesties in the chat.
I
It's
gotta go
busting.
watch that episode. I have to.
Well,
Something entertaining is about to happen, dude.
C-Dub's mock draft 2.0 will be dropping later on today as well. So make sure you guys stay in tune with us for that. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or episode live stream from Chicago Bears Central. You can follow us at Shy Bears Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. And lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. Chi-Town up, bear down, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.